Hare Krishna, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Kacharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyate Vesapayine, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauri Bhaktivinoda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langaite girim. Yatrupatam ham vande Shri Gurun Dinatarine. Hare Krishna. So today we'll see verse number 14 of chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge. So Krishna is explaining about Mahatmas who surrender unto him or who understand his real nature. Because before this he has explained that those who don't understand his real nature, avajananti mamamuda, what happens with them? Now he is explaining the Mahatmas who understand his real nature. So Krishna told in the last words that they are under my protection of my internal engine, Daivim Prakriti. They are under, they take shelter of the Daivim Prakriti. And bhajanti ananya manaso, they worship me, and considering me as Bhutadi, the supreme truth and eternal. Now this verse explains, because Krishna has used the word bhajanti ananya manaso, so they worship me with full their heart. So how they worship, that is explained in this verse. So let us see this verse. Satatam kirtayanto mam
Satatam kirtayanto mam
yatantascha drudhavratah
yatantascha dridha vrataha
namasyantascha mam bhaktya
namasyantascha mam bhaktya
nityayukta upasate.
nityayukta upasate.
Satatam kirtayanto mam
Satatam kirtayanto mam
yatantascha drudhavratah
yatantascha dridha vrataha
namasyantascha mam bhaktya
namasyantascha mam bhaktya
nityayukta upasate.
nityayukta upasate.
Please stand.
Satatam kirtayanto mam yatatantashcha dhrida vrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate.
सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढावृता नमस्यन्तश्च मम भक्त्या नित्ययुक्त उपासते.
Translation and purport. Always chanting my glory, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Purport. The Mahatma cannot be manufactured by rubber stamping an ordinary man. His symptoms are described here. A Mahatma is always engaged in chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. He has no other business. He is always engaged in glorification of Lord. In other words, he is not an impersonalist. When the question of glorification is there, one has to glorify the Supreme Lord, praising his holy name, his eternal form, his transcendental qualities, his uncommon pastimes. One has to glorify all these things. Therefore, a Mahatma is attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who is attached to the impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord, the Brahma Jyoti, is not described as Mahatma in Bhagavad Gita. He is described in different way in the next verse. The Mahatma is always engaged in different activities of devotional service, as described in Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing and chanting about Vishnu, not demigod or human being. That is devotion. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu and Smaranam, remembering him. Such a Mahatma has formed determination to achieve at the ultimate end of association of Supreme Lord in any one of five transcendental rasas. To achieve that success, he engages all activities, mental, bodily, vocal, everything in service of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is called full Krishna consciousness. In devotional service, there are certain activities which are called determined, such as fasting on certain days, like 11th day of Moon Ekadashi and Appearance Day of the Lord. All these rules and regulations are offered by the great acharyas or those who are actually interested in getting admission to the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Transcendental World. The Mahatmas, great souls, strictly observe all these rules and regulations. Therefore, they are sure to achieve the desired results. As described in the second verse of this chapter, not only in this devotional service, not only is this devotional service easy, but it can be performed in happy mood. Sukham was the word. One does not need to undergo any severe penance and austerity. He can live this life in devotional service, guided by an expert spiritual master. And in any position, either as a householder or a sannyasi or a brahmachari, in any position and anywhere in the world, he can perform this devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus become actually Mahatma, a great soul. So Krishna explaining how the Mahatmas worship. And Mahatma is not exactly at the sadhaka level, because Krishna has gone to the sadhak level in the chapter 7 already. And then he's told that out of many thousand, one may understand him. And he is Mahatma, or the four kinds of devotees who surrender unto him. They are all magnanimous souls. So these people, those who surrender unto him, how they behave, how they bhajanti. The last verse, Krishna said, bhajanti ananya manasa. They they worship me with one pointed attention. So how they worship? Satantam kirtayanto. They always do kirtan. So here, kirtan means, of course, doing chanting together is a kirtan. But Srila Prabhupada mentions like doing Krishna Katha is also kirtan. Writing is also kirtan, because through writing also we are explaining or we are talking about Krishna Katha. So that is also kirtan. Then the three words, and here the word used is mam. So they are kirtayanto mam. They are doing kirtan about me. Me means Krishna. And then the three words yatantascha drudha vrataha. So yatantas means endeavor. Drudha means determination. And vrata is also vow, right? So if we take these three words, it is again like the last in the 12th words, mogha word was used three times to explain that if you don't recognize Krishna properly, then all your endeavors are lost. And that was mentioned three times, right? Three different categories: jnana, karma, and devotee also. So mogha, mogha, mogha. So here the three words used are yatanta, drudha, and vrataha. Yatanta is endeavor. Endeavor, what is endeavor? Endeavor is something that we do by taking extra efforts. Otherwise, we just say efforts, but endeavor is something we do extra above our bodily limits. Drudha is also determination, and vrata is also type of determination that you try to follow something that is already decided, like Ekadashi. The rules are set, so you try to follow that. That is also determination. So the Mahatmas, they satatam kirtayanto mam etantas drudavata. So they do this without fail or without any excuse. The satatam kirtayanto. And what then they do? Namasyantascha mam bhaktya. And they offer obeisances. How? By bhakti. In their heart, they offer the obeisances. Nitya yukta upasate. And that's how they continuously worship me. So offering obeisances, say when we go to temple and offer obeisances, what we say dandavat pranam, that is also a anga of bhakti. Yeah. But when we do the obeisances, if we are really doing with proper mood of bhakti, but the Chaitanya Charitamrita we read, right? All the devotees, they used to offer obeisances whenever they meet another Vaishnava. And also, uh, there were devotees who used to follow certain rules, like maybe I will do 100 dandavats or dandavats to 100 Vaishnavas in one day, or to the deities. Mm. So like this. So they commit themselves to certain devotional service and they follow it dridhavrataha. They follow it with great determination. So some devotees do very strict ekadashi, that only water or only fruits. And when they decide it, they do with great determination. Even if there is trouble, they do it. And they try to worship Krishna continuously. That is the qualification. Means you cannot say that um, once you get some realizations, then you become Atma. No, you have to continuously endeavor. Satatam kirtayanto. We have to continuously endeavor for more perfection. We can see this very well in from example of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, at the age of 69, he went to US, right, alone, and to follow, of course, to fulfill his guru's orders. But when he went to US, he had a lot of hard work. He has to endeavor a lot when he reached to US to establish himself. He was happy in Vrindavan, right? In Radha Damodar temple he was staying. Next to he was every day taking darshan of Rupa Goswami Samadhi, and he had a happy life in Vrindavan. But he took extra endeavor to go to US to start Krishna consciousness movement. Right? And when the movement was established, to establish the movement, he has to go through lot of tests and lot of challenges. Right? But he kept endeavoring. When he started the first Bhagavad Gita classes, like he used to cook. Srila Prabhupada used to cook for all the guests. 20, initially there were less, but then 50, 70 guests used to come. And Srila Prabhupada used to cook alone for them. And then he used to serve them. And after they went, everybody eat and they will go. Srila Prabhupada used to wash their pots and plates. So Srila Prabhupada was a great devotee in sannyas order life, but he took so much endeavors to establish this movement. Right? And after maybe few years, when there were certain different devotees were there, several devotees were there, and centers were open in different countries. After that also, Srila Prabhupada didn't rest. He used to meet all the people, they come throughout the day. So he was always busy. Either he will do lectures, he will chant, or he will read, or he will meet the guests who have come. After doing all these things, Srila Prabhupada, in the night time, he used to do the kirtan again. How? By translating the books for the people who are not present in front of them. But he used to write the books, he used to translate the books. So throughout the day, he was talking about Krishna. So it's a kirtan. Then he chanting, it's a kirtan. Then in the night, he will do kirtan by writing the books, by translating the books. So if you see Srila Prabhupada's life, it's a live example. He used to work very hard. So people say, like, of course, he was a pure devotee, and Krishna also was with him to guide him how to do the things. But still, Srila Prabhupada never relaxed. He always endeavored. How he endeavored? Dudha. He was so determined that he will take all the pain to his body to make kirtan. So, Srila Prabhupada's life is a live example that we can see how a Mahatma continuously talks about Krishna and endeavors. So why Srila Prabhupada, like devotees like Prabhupada or others, they endeavor continuously so to please Krishna. So say this Srila Prabhupada or any other devotee, they make some dish, say halwa, and they offer it to Krishna. And Krishna may like it, but that devotee, what he will try to do next time he makes halwa, he will try to make it much better. Like he will try to have fine texture of the halwa, or the sweetness, very even sweetness, or the smoothness, or how to say, buttery halwa. Like there are so many ways. So devotee will try to endeavor more to satisfy Krishna, to please Krishna. So that is the way a Mahatma continuously works very hard. And that is the qualification. How Mahatma does this with bhaktya, with bhakti. So devotion, with devotion he will do everything. Endeavor also with devotion. It's not in passion. It's in goodness and to please Krishna. So that is the qualification of Mahatma, or that is how the Mahatma does worship. Nitya Yukta Upasate, worship. These are the qualities of Mahatma. So there are these people who worship Krishna in his personal form, not in personal form, of personal form, and there will be people who worship him indirectly, not in the personal form, but some other way. So how those people worship, who are they? That Krishna explains in the next verse. So we'll see that verse tomorrow. Hare Krishna. This is very famous verse. It's quoted many times by Srila Prabhupada and other devotees also. That's qualification of a devotee. So anybody wants to add anything? Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare